Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is the 2022 BMW X4 M40i. This vehicle offers a lot in a sport activity vehicle, and there's a lot of competition that call themselves SUVs or crossovers, so this category is full of competition from not just the German brands, but also the Genesis GV70 and quite a few domestics. We're going to check out some of the changes for the X4 for this year, and then we're going to take it for a drive, so stay with us till the end. Let's start off with the new designed LED headlights as well as taillights. You'll also notice that the grille has changed. There's a lot of changes to the BMW grills that is very polarizing. A lot of people like the smaller kidney beans. In this case, it is just a little bit longer, a little bit more muscular, shall we say. The front end has been changed as well, and of course, the BMW Roundel logo. Our test vehicle has the M Sport package, which includes these really pretty 20-inch alloy wheels with the M logo on it and the M brakes, which gives you better braking. These are run flat tires, so that means there is no spare tire, but it also means these tires are expensive to replace, and it's important to keep that in mind. But it does look great. You'll see some of the design cues along here. It's very standard for BMW having that vent that's not functional, but it is a really nice visual cue. You've got a full glass panoramic roof, and it's all body color, just really sleek and modern, very German. But you will notice, because this is a sport activity vehicle, that it slopes down because it is a sports coupe, which does cause some limitations for the second row, and we'll talk about that when we get inside on visibility. Some of the differences for the 2022 model are the LED taillights. You'll notice the X4 logo and the xDrive 3.0i. And again, this is pretty much the same design. You can get this in an M as well, of course, more expensive. We'll talk about all that in a minute. And then of course, you've got these really nice exhaust pipes that have been changed to design to fit along with the new BMW front end, giving it a more muscular appearance. When it comes to visibility, we'll start with the rear view camera. And it is crystal clear, as is other cars in this category, but it's really important that you check that out, because sometimes in some brands, and I call them out, they're not clear enough and they're almost useless. Now, this does also have the park assist. You can see here, as you get close to certain things, it'll let you know, and that's really, really helpful. Out the front, there is really good visibility, but as you look out the back, you can see that there's limited visibility because of the design. And that is why they have that wonderful around view camera or backup camera, depending upon if you buy that upgrade. The BMW X4 seats 5 people. Here in the second row is where there are some limitations. Because it is a sport activity vehicle or a coupe design, the roof slopes backwards. So BMW designed in a rise here essentially in the roof so that those that are taller can fit in. It's important you sit in the back seat, but there should be more than enough room for 2 child safety seats, of course, on the outboard side. And the seats do fold forward or back, and they do split 40-20-40, so that'll allow you to move things around depending upon what your needs are. I will tell you the back seat cushions are pretty flat, although there is some good side bolstering. So it's important, again, you sit back here, but it should be super easy for child safety seats. In front of you, you've got 2 nets, which is nice. You've got vents. In addition, you've got your climate control for choosing your adjustment for temperatures, 2 USB-C charge ports, cup holders in the door. Again, you've got this beautiful audio system speakers here, the X in the door, and this really nice piece of aluminum. From a design standpoint, it is excellent. For comfort, again, that is an individual thing, but this vehicle does hold a lot. And when we show you the cargo, then you can get a good feel for the space of this compared to its competition. Heated seats are included. They are 3-stage, and air-cooled seats are optional. The front seats also have thigh extenders, and the rear seat cushions are a bit low and flat. When it comes to technology and features, there are 11 exterior colors and 6 interior colors. But one of the nicest things is this BMW Live cockpit. It offers 2 12.3-inch screens. One is the center screen. This is the one that's right in front of you, and this information can be changed based on what you're looking for. And that's really nice because not everybody wants the same information. You can also change your radio stations if you wish. And that's really nice to have to keep your hands on the wheel. Paddle shifts are standard on the X4, as BMW is a performance driving machine. The second stalk on your right, that is for your windshield wipers, both front and rear. On the left side of the steering wheel, you've got your lighting and a vent. 2 memory seats are included. The 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster is great, but also this center screen is excellent. It includes touchscreen, and the gesture control is included with the premium package. It's not my favorite. It does work, but it also doesn't work great when you talk with your hands like I do. But if you don't talk with your hands, this is going to be a wonderful asset to have. So you've got your media here, your phone set up. You can do all your media here if you wish. Everything is easy to read, nice and crystal clear. You've got your map, which is really nicely done. And there's different themes to the maps also. You can pick the different maps and what you're looking for. Going further down, you've got the car information. This is really great. We'll cover the safety features while driving, but everything is included when it comes to safety on this vehicle, and I think that is important, that it is standard. Additional things that I really like about this vehicle is really sharp graphics, available head-up display, and the panoramic roof. Now, there is a convenience package that includes the lumbar support, comfort access, keyless access. That's $650. M Sport package does include the M logos you're seeing around here. It is not an M car. Now, different information is here, whatever you might need, and then there are apps. Now, this is part of the BMW Assistance Store. It has Apple CarPlay, which is wireless, Android Auto, which is corded, and your BMW Store. What is nice, though, is you can get your BMW Assist if you need it, installed apps. This is Park Mobile, really good. If you are driving in a big city and you can't find a parking spot, you've got Amazon Alexa as well, and it has a lap timer, although this is far from a race car, personal assistance, and then, of course, additional information on things you might be needing, including your owner's manual. Really easy to use and makes sense. Going further down, you have your climate control. Everything is pretty simple, easy to understand. Love the knurled knobs, by the way. Very nice. And thank you for not having gloss black here, because that's where you put your fingers all the time. However, there is gloss black here, and this is for your memory settings, for your audio system. Nice to have this separate, by the way. I really do like the X4 embossed here. It's just a nice little touch, a little design feature. Further down, there's the key on top of the wireless charger and USB connection. Really easy to use. Further back, 2 cup holders and an outlet, which you might need for a radar detector or something else. Further back, you have your BMW Prindle. Let's park up here on the shifter itself, and you pull it back to get into reverse neutral drive or your manual. On the left side, you've got your traction control, park assist, the auto off, which I always shut off, your start stop button, and then your different performance modes: Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro, and downhill assist and auto hold, which a lot of people do like. This is the newest iDrive setup, so you can immediately go to your media, your communications, or all of those buttons we saw above, a dial, and you can push down on this as well. Options, very easy to use. Just set what you want, press your map, and you're on the map. Panoramic sunroof, really nice, and it does open. Not all of them are opening these days. Very nice. One touch, and boom, it's closed. I'm a big fan of the two-tone interiors. There's tons of exterior and interior choices, and the leather is really top of the line. Nice Napa leather, and makes this car really pretty inside. So you can set the different forward mitigation, lane change departure, tells you exactly what it will do. Active blind spot detection shows you what it does, and you can set it up however you want. Parking and maneuvering, you can set up for cross traffic warning as well. Very important to have. Steering wheel feedback. Set up with strong, you can do that. For vibration warning, I don't like the one that does that. And again, everything is your own personal choice. You can go into the display modes and do the M display. You can do the comfort display or the Eco Pro. That's neat. Instrument panel, you can pick what you want in front of you. Reducing your speed limit assist. Heads up. Instrument panel. Put the whole thing right in front of you. Your exterior lighting. Pick what you want. Your drive modes can be set here, and your general settings. Under the hood is a 2-liter twin-turbo 4-cylinder engine that is gasoline power with 248 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. For 2022, there is the optional M40i engine, which adds 48-volt mild hybrid architecture, which will give you a lot more zip. Of course, the price will increase. Backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission, fuel efficiency is 24 miles to the gallon combined. Okay, we're going to go into the sport mode. Sport Plus is extra dynamic setting. Love it. All right, the auto off is of course off. 0 to 60, 5.8 seconds. Hammer down. Not bad, considering this really isn't that type of vehicle. It's all-wheel drive, and it has the M Sport suspension. Exhaust sounds pretty good. Sounds like it's got a little bit of active sound control, which means they use the audio system to alter the sound in the cabin, so it's not all about engine. Sounds pretty nice acceleration, although I don't expect anything less on BMW. Again, they are called the performance driving machine. Go around my favorite little circle here. See how it handles. Sounds nice on the motor. Remember, those turbochargers give you the power without the lag in this case. Some of the vehicles that we test drive have this horrible turbocharged lag. Handles nice, pretty balanced, a little bit of body roll, but again, this is not a race car. Let's check those brakes. Nice. I didn't expect anything less. It's got M brakes, and that's part of that M performance package. You know, driving this vehicle gives you a lot of confidence. It's got good grip on the roadway. It has confident brakes. Steering is very specific. If you're looking at the competitors in this category, oh, see, that is that gesture control that I hate. See? It mutes the audio system, but you can turn the volume up, you can turn the volume down, but it is extremely sensitive. And I talk with my hands. And no, I'm not Italian, but you would think I was, and I talk with my hands. And that's one of the negatives, I think, on this car. So gesture control comes part of a package. It includes lumbar and some other features that I would want. I wish the gesture control was part of another package because it ends up being on most of the vehicles that they offer. So if you don't like it, you'll have to dig through the system to figure out how to shut that off. As far as turning radius in this vehicle, it's nice and tight, easy to park this vehicle in any parking spot. You've got your backup camera and your parking sensors and tons of safety on this vehicle. You've got your 3D driver assistance. You've got your rear cross traffic alert as well as lane departure warning. All those safety features are available by going into your home screen, going into the car, probably not while the vehicle is driving, but while you are at least stopped. Nice. Now, when you're comparing this to a vehicle like a GV70, which I really like, and you're looking at their 6-cylinder motor compared to this twin turbo 4-cylinder, that's going to be more of a comparative than the smaller 2-liter engine they have. Mercedes has a similar motor to this, as Audi has a 2-liter motor. The SQ5 is pretty closer to this, which, again, these are vehicles that can get very expensive. So make sure that when you start adding in all those comparative safety features and technology, that you start realizing that it gets really expensive. That is very common with German vehicles, especially the Porsche Macan. You start with a simple 2-liter turbo, and then you start adding the features to compare to this vehicle, and it starts making it really expensive. And I'm aware of that because I drive a Porsche Cayenne, which got real expensive pretty quick. Nice, confident driving on this vehicle. Yeah, it's a BMW for sure, and it drives like one. It has those characteristics that you want: positive, confident handling, performance. Considering the price point, considering this vehicle is not a race car, you're not going to put this on the track. This is a street car with personality, and I hate that gesture control. By the way, all the safety features are standard on this vehicle. When you're talking about performance of this vehicle in this category for a sport activity vehicle, that is what BMW has titled SAV. They sort of created their own. See, there's that gesture control. It has good performance comparable to the competitors in this category. Remember, there's competitors from Lexus and Acura as well as Infiniti, and you've got Jaguar in there with the F-Pace, and you also have Land Rover. So you're talking about a lot of competition. This would be more of along the Evoque or a smaller Range Rover. It wouldn't be a full-size Range Rover Sport. But either way, you are adding in all those goodies, and some vehicles include them standard and others have that upsell. Now, as far as handling, extremely confident. I've not driven a BMW to this date in the last 20 years that you don't feel confident in its handling, and that it has succeeded. Again, brakes are great, especially with that upgrade for that M Performance brakes, and the sport handling package makes this vehicle even more fun to drive. Here we go. A little bit of turbo lag. Nice. Gets you there quickly. Absorbs the bumps really nicely as well, and that's important because the roads in most of the US are really in bad shape. So when you get all those undulations and little teeny potholes, this suspension absorbs it really nicely, and it's not a harsh ride whatsoever. This is the driver assistance features, which has all your safety warnings you can adjust: forward collision mitigation, lane change departure, active speed detection. You can go into here and it shows you all the information that you would need. You can also use the buttons that are down on the xDrive. In the back of the X4, you've got 18.5 cubic feet of storage with a 40-20-40 split folding rear seat. So let's look at the value proposition. This vehicle comes with a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty and 4 years of roadside maintenance with unlimited miles, plus a 3-year, 36,000-mile maintenance package, which will save you money. Head back to the dealer, they'll take care of you. Price of the BMW X4 depends on the option packages, obviously, starting at $51,800 and going all the way up to $62,400. Our test vehicle came in at $58,000 and change, but it did include the M Sport brakes and a lot of M updates, which I really liked. Now, because of the chip shortage, there was a delete on a few items, which they'll be able to add on later. Some they cannot. So make sure that before you go ahead and make a decision on any of the vehicles that are available today, if there is a chip shortage and they can't fulfill certain features, they may not be able to add them later. Now let's look at the pros and cons of this vehicle. When it comes to the pros, this vehicle has pretty good performance. It handles really well, as a BMW should. I wish it had more performance, but then you're going up into that M40 or the M line, and then things get really expensive. But overall, the features work as expected, and I'm very pleased with what's available, and you can kind of make it personalized for yourself. On the negative side, I find the gesture control to be super sensitive and some limitations in the rear seat depending upon your height and your structure. There is a lot of competition in this category, and it's important that you test drive all those vehicles before you make a decision. And that is a wide range, anything from the Porsche Macan to the Genesis GV70, which I've reviewed them all, and I actually like both of them, but for different reasons. In addition, you got the Mercedes has a competitor, Audi has a competitor. Literally everybody has a competitor in this sport activity class because they all want a piece of your luxury business. So it's important that you take them for a test drive. We have reviewed them all. They're on our channel. That's in the description down below. Now, I didn't cover every single little detail of this vehicle, and there's a lot to like about the X4. I have reviewed the competition, which I'm a huge fan of. I drove it in Sao Paulo yellow, which I love. It's like a highlighter that you can also check out on our YouTube channel. Because of the length of this vehicle, we didn't want to answer every single little detailed question on the X4, so if you have additional questions, put them in the comments down below. If you own an X4, you love it or you hate it, we want to know. If you bought something else, and maybe it was not just supply and demand, but maybe you bought it because it had a certain feature that you really loved, put that in the comments down below. Also, we want to start the conversation so that people can start learning, and we all have car smarts. If you got value from this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Our podcast, our website, and all my social media are down in the description down below. We appreciate your support on our Patreon page, and we thank you so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.